Right, here we have the Roland JV-30. If you can see it properly in this light, but it's in fairly decent condition considering its age. Spare volume and data board, and spare main board with all the switches. These are the little switches. A couple of these are not working properly, and you will need to obviously pinch the ones off of this spare board and solder them back on yourself. They're just 4 little pins, shouldn't be too difficult. Data slider seems to be sending spurious information when it's moved, instead of going up and down properly. I think that might be because the actual slider itself needs cleaning inside with some contact fluid, but to be honest with you, I don't really know. Power's on all fine, comes with the power pack. I've only got earphones in because I've sold my speakers previously, so I can't show you how good it actually sounds, but it does come out of the earphones. I'll put the earphones up near it so you can hear it. You got all the sounds working, but you do need to I use a clipper lighter bit and just put down into the holes, and you can see that properly, and press the switches. There you can see that on there to change the sounds. Right down through the holes, because the buttons are all in this bag and they all need to be put back in. I bought these off of eBay ages ago and I've never actually got around to doing it. I think brand new sets of buttons, they're only £16 from Roland anyway, from when before, and I rang them up. So if you don't want to use these crusty old buttons and stick them all back in yourself, you could just get a new set for £16. I can't remember how much this synth was when it was new in this country, but I saw an American price when it was released. I think it was like nearly $1,200, so it's not total rubbish or anything like that. It does make some pretty cool sounds. You've got obviously you can hardly hear this with the earphones, but as you can see the sounds are changing. I'll try and show you the scope. There's a filter, just switch the filter on. Let's switch the fat mode on. You got your cut off and your resonance here. And envelope settings. Let's try and mess about with that bit. It's too much attack. So as you can see, it is actually working, and the sound's coming out, and you can change things. One of the other problems, I don't know if this camera can focus properly, but when you move some of the data sliders, the information's a bit it's not moving properly as it should. So I think these pots need to be sprayed out with contact cleaner, or possibly even replaced. I don't know, but I mean, I'm only looking to get 30 odd quid or whatever, and for that it's a bargain. If you want it as a sound module, you wouldn't even have to bother fixing it. It does make some seriously good bass noises, and it's got all the 808 drum kits and stuff like that. So look for a minute, change them with the thingy. it's in focus. Again. Preset. Hard to keep this camera in focus. As you can see, pressing down through the holes with me little thing onto the micro switches, which are those little buttons. We'll just find the drum kits a minute. Right, I can't find the TR-808 drum kit. I can't remember what number it's on. I'm doing it with this little pin, it's really irritating. You will need to put the buttons back in to get the most out of it, obviously. But anyway, there are TR-808 drum kits on here, and I think there's TR-909 drum kits on here as well. Just finding them, it's a nightmare. But anyway, for 30 quid, what can you expect? It's all on the go. It's not all scratched to bits or anything. It's in quite half decent condition. You're going to have to do some work on it if you want to restore it to full glory, but as it is, it's working. Works perfectly well over MIDI as a MIDI keyboard if you don't want to actually bother to fix it all, or if you want to get it all going and put all the buttons back in and use these micro switches, including that as well. All the buttons are in the bag. Spare main board and spare daughter board there, and it will be well packed. Modulation knob and pitch bends are working fine. I think the volume slider's a little bit finicky as well. When you push it up to max, it'll work perfectly well in stereo, but as you move it down, it's like the left channel is crackling and fading out. So I think all these pots and sliders need to be cleaned. So there you go. Bit of work needs to be done, but you know, overall that's still a bargain. And you know, you can't even get a rubbish children's toy for 30 quid. Right, cheers.